Welcome everyone, this is Michael and I am here with the Creative Card Collaboration, and this month we are sharing the Fern and Flora bundle, and it is such a lovely set of stamps and dies. I am a real sucker for greenery and these ferns, so I'm excited to share this card that I've made. To start with, I used the embossing folder and the basic beige, the light side of that paper. And I'm going to take the impressed side and a scratch piece of paper here, and then my basic beige ink, and I'm going to go over the top of that and create a color, and you will see that it pops out. The background gets colored, but not the impressed part. And I'll do a little bit more here, although that's going to be covered. It's a super easy way to add ink and create almost your own background paper. With that basic beige, it's kind of leaves a soft, almost green color, and you can see how that's going to dry even lighter over time. Next, I have my die cut pieces here that I'm going to use to build the card, as well as my banner pieces. And then I also have my thread here. I'm going to wrap that thread around my fingers a couple of times and just trim that so that is ready to go for assembly. I have stamped this already in the new Peacefully Pine color. And then in my little sentiment square here that I've already stamped in Secret Sea, I'm going to add my sentiment in the Berry Burst color. Okay, now let's just do some assembly. So I started with this big fern die cut, and I created it as if I was going to create a flower arrangement. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal here, mostly just down the middle of that stem. And then some of this will go below, but that is going to get covered up by my pieces, my border pieces. Now you could also use a liquid glue to do this, but I happen to have my Stampin' Seal on my table, so that's what I chose. And you'll also notice I'm not doing a lot of gluing at the top of these. I like to leave a little bit unadhered so that it has a little bit of movement and dimension to it. And then here's my last piece. I'm going to just tuck that one a little bit behind there. Okay. Next, I have cut a piece of the Berry Burst that's in the paper pack. You could also just use Berry Burst cardstock. I'm going to add that here to the bottom. And then I will add this strip of Secret Sea. And see how that kind of covers up that area here. And then I'm going to use my foam dots, and I've created this little twist or little gathering of my thread, and I'm going to put that down and then I'll put a glue dot or a dimensional dot over top of that to kind of hold that together. And this is going to stick below, and this is going to stick above my little sentiment square. So then I'll put 2 dimensionals onto my square each end, and I'll remove the adhesive pieces. And then as I put this down, I know that I want how my thread is going to show. So I'm going to move that a little bit so I have a little bit more of it showing. And then it's not quite straight. There we go. And now I have some Secret C cardstock. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal and add that to this mat here. And really with this die cuts and a little bit of paper, it kind of steals the show. It's not, you don't have to get complicated. It just creates a beautiful card. And then finally, we'll add it to my card base. And then the new in colored dots have this beautiful peaceful pine dots, and I'm going to add those to create a little bit of an embellishment. And there it is, a really easy card that will come together very quickly. Thanks for stopping by.